The history of Knoxville is rich and interesting for many reasons. Between the years 1000 BC and 1000 AD, Indians began to settle the woodlands in this area. The Cherokees become the dominant tribe, which is constantly at war with the Creeks and Shawnees. The Indians bury their dead in mounds. Two burial mounds are still in existence today, one in Sequoia Hills, the other on UT's campus. These are the only remnants of the native tribes that once thrived here. In the 18th century, Europeans began exploring the area. Between the French and English settlements in the French and Indian War, the Cherokees unite with the British, and in return, Fort Loudoun is built to protect Indians from attack. Knoxville, named after veteran and Secretary of War Henry Knox, is settled by James White with the construction of the James White Fort. By the year 1860, 22% of people in Knoxville are enslaved. Most farms are small, consisting of mostly livestock with little labor intensity. The majority of white people don't own slaves, and of the ones who do, few own more than 4. Joseph Mabry is known for having the most slaves in Knoxville, owning a total of 42. Although this number is relatively small compared to the rest of the South, it does not nullify the fact that innocent people are forced to live their days in fear and misery. Some slaves in Knoxville are fortunate enough to be emancipated or even born free. In 1796, the year Tennessee becomes annexed to the United States, the Constitution grants suffrage to any free man who meets the property and residency requirements, including black men. With many landmarks, museums, and area attractions, there is always something new and exciting to explore in Knoxville. On the slopes of Morningside Park is a statue of the famed author Alex Haley. Haley is most noted for his books, the autobiography of Malcolm X, and Roots, the saga of an American family, which traces Haley's roots to Africa. This 13-foot statue, built in the summer of 1996, is part of East Knoxville downtown district of historical sites and attractions. Located in the heart of downtown Knoxville is the Sun Sphere, a massive 266-foot structure that is observable from almost any location in the downtown area. Completed in 1982 as an observation tower for the World's Fair, the Sun Sphere quickly became the most recognized landscape of the city. Unlike during the fair when elevator rides were $2 a whop, you can now ride the elevator free of charge to the 4th level observation deck, where you can experience a 360-degree view of downtown Knoxville and surrounding areas, including the Smoky Mountains. Another point of interest is downtown's Market Square. Many locals and tourists come here to buy food and drinks, watch concerts and shows, or just to meet people and learn new things. Market Square gets its name from the market house that once stood in the center of the square. Farmers from Knoxville's surrounding areas would bring their wagons into the market house to sell their wares. The old structure, beaten down by time and neglect, was destroyed on December 7, 1959, when a 14-year-old accidentally set it on fire while trying to light a cigarette. The southern end of the square near Union Avenue holds the bell from the old market house. Also featured at Market Square flanking the bell is a statue commemorating Tennessee's role in the fight for women's suffrage. Among the many historical landmarks of Knoxville's past are James White Fort, the birthplace of Knoxville, and Blount Mansion, the home of the only territorial governor of the Southwest Territory, William Blount. Blount was also a signer of the United States Constitution, a U.S. Senator from Tennessee, and an owner of 10 African slaves which resided with him at the mansion. The historical landmarks of Knoxville include many interesting museums as well. The Mabry Hazen House, for instance, served as a strategic site occupied by both the Confederate and Union forces during the Civil War. The house, constructed in 1858, retains its original furniture and family collections, including antique china and crystal. Beck Culture Exchange Center, the renovated home of James and Ethel Beck, two of the most influential people in the black community during their lifetimes, was founded in 1975. Its mission is to preserve black history with its collections. In addition to being a museum, the Beck also serves as a meeting place and has recently added to its many programs and services the 8th of August Jubilee, commemorating the 1863 emancipation of Knoxville slaves, 2 years prior to the Emancipation Proclamation. The McClung Museum of Natural History and Culture is a general museum located on the campus of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Built in 1963, it exhibits focus on natural history, archaeology, anthropology, decorative arts, and local history. If you are interested in art, then you must visit the Knoxville Museum of Art. This is a museum which focuses on the art and artists of East Tennessee. Another must-see is the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, a museum dedicated to preserving the history of the game. This Hall of Fame is also the perfect location for special events such as proms, wedding receptions, and reunions, to name a few. So whether you are looking for inspiration, education, or just plain fun, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is the place to find it. Knoxville also has a science museum for children up to age 10 called The Muse. The Muse Knoxville is a nonprofit children's STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, math museum with educational exhibits, play spaces, and Knoxville's only public access planetarium. Knoxville neighborhoods are diverse with different races, cultures, and ethnic groups, which are generally divided by class and then by ethnicity. Some people live in rich or upscale homes, while others live in smaller homes or housing developments. Most of these neighborhoods were once segregated, and when blacks would move into a white neighborhood, the white residents would then move elsewhere. However, economics is society's best equalizer. Income rather than race now determines where a family plants its roots. This East Knoxville community is home to many ethnic groups, including Hispanics, blacks, Orientals, Caucasians, and Middle Easterners. There is always something going on at area parks and recreation facilities. There are parks for fishing, cookouts, picnics, and even feeding the ducks. There are several playgrounds for children to play, exercise, or just have fun. If your pleasure is basketball, swimming, tennis, baseball, or skateboarding, there are many places where you can fulfill those desires. East Knoxville also has facilities such as the Y and community centers that service the entertainment, physical, and social needs of all segments of our society. One popular recreational place is Zoo Knoxville, a 66-year-old zoo that attracts a yearly average of over 400,000 people. Zoo Knoxville is voted one of America's best zoos. With Tennessee's being a part of the Bible Belt, it is only natural that religion is ingrained in the East Knoxville community. Built on land donated in 1792 by city founder James White, Knoxville's first church, First Presbyterian Church, still stands today. Occupied by the Union Army during the Civil War, this church served as a hospital, barracks, and a school for free slaves' children. Another church of historical relevance still in existence today is Greater Warner Tabernacle AME Zion Church. Established in 1845, Greater Warner was reportedly a station on the Underground Railroad, which by 1850 had routed over 100,000 escaped slaves to freedom. Although 63% of the city's population is Christian, East Knoxville is home to worshipers such as Muslim and Jehovah's Witnesses as well. Our diverse cultures are well represented in our eating establishments. Nearby restaurants where ethnic food include, but are not limited to, the Philippine Connection, a place where fine Filipino cuisine such as shrimp fried rice or their famous lumpias. Chandler restaurants where one can get his fill of soul food such as fried chicken and collard greens. Habaneros, the Mexican grill where fajitas rock and enchiladas roll. Then there's the Happy Garden, an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet of $6 lunches and $7 dinners. In addition to these ethnic restaurants located throughout East Knoxville, there are many other available at food court in the Knoxville Center. For those who want to cook their own, check out the International Food section in your neighborhood grocery store. East Knoxville has its share of challenges to overcome, such as homelessness, drug abuse, and crime. Jesus said the poor will be with you always, and while that may be true, many charities and organizations are trying to help. Some churches, such as Honey Rock Victorious, offer hot meals on a periodic basis. St. Luke Episcopalian gives out free groceries every week. The Love Kitchen feed on a regular basis, as well as home deliver to those who can't come out. Mobile Meals also deliver meals to the sick and shut in. Eastminster and Boy Scout Troop 30 deliver groceries during Christmas throughout the community. There are many shelters and organizations who offer help to runaways, victims of abuse, and people who appear to have no options. Yet as long as there is a need for such facilities, there is still work to be done. Substance abuse is prevalent in the East Knoxville community. Drug abuse affects people from all walks of life and all socioeconomic statuses. Whatever the reason a person starts taking drugs, tolerance and dependency can develop quickly. When tolerance becomes full-blown addiction, it can be extremely difficult to stop the pattern of abuse. This isn't just an East Knoxville problem. Society as a whole is grappling with it. We have to somehow determine how to prevent a person from experimenting and treating the person who does. Eradicating this problem will always be a challenge, for it is an equal opportunity offender, and like a cancer, it spreads. Once a person becomes addicted, he will do just about anything to get the drug, which is why a lot of crime stems from drug abuse. Crime in East Knoxville is a huge problem. Robberies, murders, and domestic violence happen on a regular basis and hurt the city by destroying lives, damaging the economy, and tearing families apart. Law enforcement and concerned citizens work well in crime prevention, but they cannot stop all crimes from happening. Only the criminals can do that. Joining organizations such as Boy Scouts, surrounding oneself with honest friends, and being a positive influence on the community are all ways to establish moral codes to live by and can help end the crime problem in this city. Knoxville has a lot of positive things to offer its citizens. There is plenty to do, plenty to see, and plenty to make you smile. Although the challenges we face as a community are somewhat universal, we can overcome. It may not be easy, but neither was it easy for the pioneers who walked this land before us. If everyone embraced and lived the Scout Law, there would be fewer challenges.